Hello artists. We are going to talk about human figure proportions today. And when we talk about it, we're going to talk about the full-grown adult. When you are fully grown, you are measured in terms of heads, okay? So one of your heads, if you stacked it 8 times, would equal the height of your body. So think about it, if you're shorter, your head will be smaller, okay? So 8 of those smaller heads would make up a shorter body. The taller you are, the longer your head will be. Everything grows in proportion. Okay, so you have this worksheet. You've either had it sent home with you, or you can print it out of our classroom. Okay, it's figure drawing proportions. So it says watch the video demonstration. So watch through once and then go back again and follow through and add in, do what I'm doing on your worksheet. Okay, so if one box here is the size of a head, we're gonna draw, just in terms of shapes, we're gonna create an oval-like shape. Okay, we don't need to draw the face or all the details now. This is just a placeholder, kind of like one of the art mannequins or something you would build out of blocks. Okay, so in the next box over here, I made you some guides here. It says the neck and the shoulders go here. Okay, your shoulders are gonna go out, wider than your head. Okay. And then down here it says your waist is gonna narrow inwards. So you're gonna come down to right above the 3, and you're gonna make the waist more narrow than your shoulders, okay? We're gonna bring that in. Okay, so this is the torso. This is where the ribs, the little belly button would be right there, okay? And then we're gonna hit your hips. Your hips are gonna angle outward. Okay, so this is the first half of the body, the top half here. Okay. Now, if you were to cut yourself in half, okay, 4 heads tall at the top would be your torso and your head, and then the 4 heads for the bottom would be your legs. So the legs take up half of the figure. Okay, so we're gonna look here, and we're gonna come down to the 6. You see that I wrote a line that's a note that says knees. I'm gonna draw a circle there, okay? And that circle is gonna indicate that it is a bendable joint. Okay, your arms and your legs and your body can only bend in certain points, okay? Your legs can bend here at the hip joints, they can bend at the knees, and then they can bend at the ankles. They cannot bend in between, okay? Your femur is not a bendable bone, okay? So bones are sturdy, they are straight. So when we're drawing our people, make sure you're not giving them the noodly type legs. So in between those circles I drew for the knees, the hips, I'm going to make almost cone-like shapes, okay? Your legs are going to be thicker at the top, and then they get thinner as they go down, okay? And we're gonna apply that same concept with the arms, okay? And then here, we're gonna get our calves. Okay, so if this is our knee, this will be our calf coming down to our ankle. Same thing here, knee, down to the ankle, and then you can kind of just give yourself these kind of generic feet here, okay? Now, what I want you to do right now is to stand up. So get out of your chair, stand up, and you are going to put your arms down at your sides. Notice where your fingertips touch, okay? Your fingertips touch almost to mid-thigh. One of the most common mistakes that new artists make is they give their figures really small arms, okay? So they're making T-Rexes out of their people. Imagine that your person is playing basketball and they want to take and lift their arms above their head with the basketball in their hand, okay? When your arms are above your head, your elbows should be about here, and your arms would come up to here. Okay, so keep that in mind as we move through this project. Okay, so if we're making our arms start here and our hands are gonna end about here, then we wanna separate our arm into 2 parts just like we did the leg. Okay, so we have your bicep, the elbow, and then the bottom. Okay, so if this is about that long, we're gonna bring our elbows maybe a little above the 3. And the same thing as we did with our legs, we want to taper that shape, meaning it's thicker and then it gets thinner. It's thicker and then it gets thinner. Okay, and we drew those circles because those are our bendable joints. And your arms can only bend in those parts. You cannot have a curvy arm, okay? It can only bend in those joints. Okay, so now go back to your own worksheet and follow along with your pencil. Fill in the shape so that you're getting your generic figure here. And this will help you see how you can block out the shape of a figure. And also you can see the size of the body in proportion in relation to each other. And you can have these notes here on the side to help guide you where things go. When you are finished with this assignment, I want you to take a photograph of it. And this is what you're gonna upload for this assignment on your Google Classroom is make sure your name's on it, and then make sure you have all of the body parts that I have here sketched into your sheet. Have fun.